Hello everyone, welcome to another Majin reading. If you have been here before, you probably know me as LotusMaje. Today you see the thumbnail, you see the title, you know today I am going to be doing a reading on Tyla and Young Miami. This is sort of a warm-up because if you haven't been following me or seeing my posts, my community posts, I have been going through some things on the back end with my technology because it is old and outdated, and I had to kind of like do a learning curve on some things and go back to some old software because at first I was using something else and just all of those things. So I did miss last week, and so you're probably going to see me do a bunch of videos. I'm going to try to keep them short. So you'll see me only using like one or two decks or something moving forward, and I'm going to try to keep these as short as possible because there were so many readings I wanted to do that I am trying to do, and I'm trying to pump them out. So I thank you all for your patience. Thank you for letting me go through this troubleshooting moment. And yeah, if you are new here, make sure to subscribe, make sure to like, drop an emoji in the comments. Even if you don't have, if you don't have anything to say, drop an emoji in the comments just to help with the algorithm because YouTube has been changing a lot of stuff lately. And it's like if people aren't engaging with your content, it's not getting pushed out there. Another thing I want to mention before I get into everything else, I do have a coffee account, and you can just donate $1 if you want to, or you can pay for the membership, which is like $5, and you will have access to a bunch of exclusive content over there. I am planning to add more before the end of this month, but please give me some patience. It will be some pick a card or pick a pal readings, and then there are some exclusive celebrity readings. Like over there, I know I did one on what's her name, Nicole Kidman and her husband, or I should say ex-husband now, Keith Urban. They're breaking up. What was the reason behind their divorce? I've done readings on Taylor Swift and her upcoming album. I've done a reading on like Demi Lovato and Charlie XCX. And then there are also like a few true crime readings over there that you can get access to as well. But just buy me a coffee. For some of the memberships or for some of the donations, you don't for some of the content you don't need to pay $5 for the membership. You can get them for free, or for as little as $1. Now, getting into this whole thing with Young Miami and Tyla, I am interested in doing this reading primarily because if you haven't heard, Tyla just dropped a new single called is it Take Me to Chanel? And Young Miami had a song that she previewed, I want to say probably like a year ago. It was called Put Me in Chanel, I think it is. The wording of the song for like the chorus, to me, I could see why Young Miami is like, oh, this girl stole my song. But it's even more questionable when you hear Young Miami admit that she even played the song for Tyla, and now suddenly Tyla is coming forward with the song just because she's like the newest ambassador with Chanel. I am also curious, how did these two even meet and link up? But I guess the music industry is a small world. I would not think Young Miami would be a person that Tyla would come around to or associate with, but who knows? Maybe I'm thinking too highly of Tyla and too lowly of Young Miami. But neither here nor there. I thought this would be a nice, quick, interesting reading to do and see what's going on between these two girls and what's the fallout going to be. Because now, Young Miami is like a real butthurt. And this is coming on the heels of, some other, I guess you could say, friendship betrayals that Young Miami has faced in the industry, with the biggest one being JT. So, that's probably from her point of view. I'm pretty sure that's from her point of view. I'm not saying that JT betrayed her. She probably did. They probably both contributed to that friendship going down the ruins, but that's something totally different. I do have a video on that, by the way. You can see it linked up here in the iCard. It's on her, JT, and Saucy Santana. I did a reading on that probably like a year ago, and it's been pretty accurate so far from what the public has received. But with all of that being said, and without further ado, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Let's get into this reading, okay? I'm gonna pull some quartz here. And I think Tyla's has her Chanel song has like really blown up. I think it's gotten over like 1 million views, which is interesting because like her was it her, I was about to say mixtape, and it's not a freaking mixtape. EP kind of like flopped. A lot of people wasn't feeling it. Only for this song to just kind of like go through the roof. I've heard some people try to say this is payola, but who knows with Tyla? It could just be because of the whole controversy around this, and that is dealing with a name brand company. So let's see what is Young Miami's feelings, her energies towards Tyla. Ooh, we have the King of Jazz here. This is one card that's sticking out to the side, so I'm going to pull it. It's the Five of Axes. Ooh, she's ready to fight, honey. Young Miami. Okay, and this is another card that's sticking out to the side here. Oh, Five of Roots and the Five of Axes. Well, I don't think that comes as a surprise to anybody. So, okay, with the King of Jazz here coming up in reverse, I do wonder if this is pertaining to the diddler himself, because of the King of Jazz. When I see this, especially with it coming up in reverse, this is usually speaking to a very I kind of think of a very influential man who has a hard time keeping, or a charismatic man, I should say, who has a very hard time keeping his you know what in his pants. But it's coming up here and it's coming up in reverse. Or, you know, to not be sexist here, you know, the court cards don't always pertain to the correlating gender that it shows on the card. It can sometimes be the overall energy of the person in the reading. So this could be Young Miami here. This could be her energy here, which for me would give hot-headedness for sure. I wonder if she's like an Aries moon or something, or Aries rising, because there's a little spiciness in there. I'm not surprised with the Five of Axes, aka the Five of Swords, coming up here, because this is like conflict. It can also speak to inner conflicts as well. So I wonder if there's a thing here about her like kicking herself in the ass, because she kind of like dropped this and just let it float and let it go and didn't do anything with it. But there is a discomfort, or like a back and forth, some, I kind of want to say like a bickering, a battle that's going on here with the Five of Swords, aka Five of Axes. And then with the Five of Roots, I'm not surprised with this either, because this is also speaking to money situations. So I wonder again if she's kind of like kicking herself in the butt because she kind of just let this sit, let this simmer, or because she didn't have the money to put it out, or whatever the case may be here with the Five of Roots, because this is usually speaking to, you know, hard times ahead. But I also have to go back to the old Rider-Waite-Smith imagery of this card, which is you see a mother and a child outside of a church. So I wonder also if there's a thing here where maybe she feels like she's kind of being pushed out of the industry, or she has been pushed out of the industry, or a sense of you know, out in the cold card going on here. I do also want to highlight that the underlying cards here is the Six of Roots. So again, this is like, I need to kind of go call myself back in and kind of rest. I need to go back to feeling comfort or something like that. I do think she's in a bit of a position of like not being in her comfort zone, not being protected, things being a little rocky for her as well. Then we also, we have the Six of Jazz. Notice all these sixes coming up now. We got the Six of Jazz and the Six of Roots. The Six of Roots is aka the Six of Coins. Again, with the Six of Jazz, the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands, again, as you can see on here, is a false victory, false celebratory card here that's coming up for Young Miami. So, and it's coming up in reverse. Not surprised there again. To me, I keep feeling like it's the thing that I keep feeling like I I should know better. I should have done better. I shouldn't have let this slip. I should have executed this. I should have just released it, did whatever to get it out there, because now I feel like I kind of missed out on a bag. And then we also have the Knight of Roots here. Here we go with that money. I could have made a bag here and I didn't because I let this slip. Now let's see what Tyla is thinking here, because Miss Mamas ain't saying nothing as of October 25th is when I'm recording this. Miss Mamas ain't saying nothing. So let's see what's going on here with Tyla. What is Tyla's energy and feelings? I got two right out the gate. That was a whole book. I do want to note that this one card was sticking out to the side here. So let's see. So we have the Two of Jazz here. We have the Seven of Cups, Seven of Blues here. And then we also have the Queen of Roots. All of her cards are coming up in reverse. So interesting. I'm gonna have to try to really figure this one out, because when I see the Two of Jazz cards, it's like you are, it's kind of like off the beaten path. I haven't figured out exactly where I'm going or headed with this. I wonder if this is her kind of messing around with the new sound, a new, because this is like leading up to a new era for her. So I wonder if this is something of like her experimenting essentially. So it feels weird. She doesn't really know where this is going to go, where it's going to take her, but she knows she has to shake something up. Something has to change. And she is kind of like, I don't know where this is going, but I know something needs to change. Something needs to happen. It's kind of like it kind of feels like she's just doing things to make stuff happen. The Seven of Cups here, the Seven of Blues, aka the Seven of Cups coming up in reverse here for her as well, is again, it's pointing out that thing of like, maybe this isn't exactly what I wanted. This isn't the direction I wanted to go. I don't know which direction is kind of leading me in, but I'm hoping it's going to lead me to, or me acquiescing at this point to allowing my team to kind of dictate the next move, and things that I do will help in the future to open me up to things that I can focus on and do on my own in the future here, with the Seven of Cups here coming up in reverse. Because usually the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Blues here is it's kind of like, I think of the Cave of Wonders from Aladdin. You can pick riches, you go into the mouth or whatever, and it's like, okay, you can have all the riches in the world, or you can get, carpentry. It's like, pick your poison. What do you want? Do you want fame? Do you want money? Do you want power? Do you want community? Do you want, do you want love? Do you want spiritual enlightenment? Like, what do you want? You have to just kind of like pick it. It's your Cave of Wonders is what I think of with the Seven of Cups coming up here, but it's coming up in reverse. So to me, it makes me feel like she's not really married to this direction that she's going in. It kind of feels like it's more so of her team taking over at this point. And I'm not surprised with Tyla, because she is young. I don't even think this girl is 20 yet. I don't think she's 20. If she is 20, I'm surprised, because I could have sworn they said she was like 16 or 18 when she first came out. No, she has to be like 21 now, because wasn't she drinking in Brazil or Mexico? I don't know if their drinking age is the same here in America, 21, but she legal somewhere, but I don't think she's 20. But yeah, to me, it doesn't surprise me if she has her team kind of just like taking the lead on this and controlling it, and just kind of like following their guidance, because she pretty much got beat down before when she was kind of just being outspoken and doing her. And now I kind of see like in this energy, she's being more withdrawn. I did do a reading on her in Rihanna, the comparisons with her and Rihanna and with Iris Star. You can see those eye cards up in the top corner as well. I'll link those videos so you can see them. But this is kind of referring back to some stuff that I was saying in those previous videos, so that's why I'm bringing it up. Then we also do have the Queen of Roots as well, and it's also coming up in reverse. Queen of Roots is the Queen of Coins here, and it's coming up in reverse. Honey Child is concerned about her money. Materialism is the name of the game for her right now, and she's willing to play the cards that she is being given in order to make pop and work. Um, she was just talking about the budget was being funny for her last quarter. When she did that EP, that's why she dropped that EP. They was trying to see what people were engaging with, what they wanted to see from her, what they wanted to hear. And she has the Queen of Roots coming up reverse. I'm not surprised. For the underlying energies here, well, we have the Five of Axes, aka the Five of Swords here. Again, this is I want to say conflicts of interest, but I'm just going to say conflicts. But I want you all to be aware of the Freudian slip that I was just about to say right then. And it's also coming up in reverse. To me, it kind of seems also with this coming up in reverse on her end, like I don't feel bad about doing what I need to do. It's the name of the game. Maybe they're similar, but I ran with it and I switched it up. Thanks, girl. Like, be okay with that. I just gave you a bit of shine here. Then we also have the Ten of Jazz here. Ooh, overburden. She's ready to let go of a burden, let go of something here. So I don't know what that is that's coming up for Tyla, but it is coming up in reverse here. The Ten of Wands, aka the Ten of Jazz. That's usually just being over encumbered. It's time to drop some stuff because you're carrying too much now. You can't move. And then we also look. I gotta drop the dead weight. So what's coming through for me, I wonder if this is more so, especially with the axis being here, I wonder if there's a thing here like I'm having to cut or trim the fat essentially. Again, I'm willing to do what it takes in order to get to that star power. I don't know where this journey is taking me. I don't know where I am right now, but I don't like it and I'm willing to shake some stuff up. I'm willing to burn some bridges. I'm willing to sacrifice or release certain relationships, connections and stuff like that that doesn't benefit me. I'm okay with being seen like this. I also feel like there's a thing here where she's like, some of y'all just don't like me anyway. You already have a narrative about me. So I might as well do what I'm going to do and get to the bag. Okay? That's what I see here. And I kind of can't blame her because after the way she's kind of been dragged through the mud, just kind of putting myself in her shoes, even though I don't agree with everything that Tyla has done. She, at least from what I've seen, maybe there's something I haven't seen. I will very much admit that. But some of the stuff that she does kind of come off like she's uppity. And I know she had that in her bio for a minute there on Twitter. So let's see, how's this feud between Tyla and Young Miami gonna roll out here? Okay, that's the 3 cards. So let's see here. So we have the Ace of Axes, aka the Ace of Swords here coming up in the reverse. Excuse me, we have the Hanged Man coming up in the upright, and then we also have the King of Roots. I do think with this Ace of Axes coming up here in reverse, I do think this is a sour relationship. I don't know if they can actually mend the fences after this kind of like betrayal, but that's what I'm getting here. And then with the Hanged Man coming up here, looking at something in a different light. I don't know if they're kind of capitalize off of this because again with the King of Roots here, they're speaking to. I wonder if like this is dealing with management or like the music industry because I have often said in my videos, I am not surprised when I get a coins or sword card when it comes to the representation of the music industry, and I feel like it appears differently for each celebrity reading that I do because because I'm trying to like tap into their energy. I'm not surprised that the way that they view it is like coloring how which court card comes out. That makes sense because we do have the King of Roots here. So money, money, money. And I do think both of these ladies are very much about getting to the bag because here we go with the underlying energy here. We have the Five of Roots. Ooh, the Nine of Roots. And then we also have, the Emperor here also coming up in reverse with the King of Roots. Yeah, I'm gonna say this is probably pertaining to somebody in the music industry or their management. Again, I would not be surprised if this has something to do with maybe some of the dealings that Carisha had with Diddy, because that's how she did get a lot of her um fame, power in the industry. That's kind of like how she, because the City Girls is no more. They had their moment and is gone. So I wonder who is this figure here. Again, this could be just the music industry in itself, or this could be talking to like their manager, or maybe somebody behind the scenes who cleared on it. Is it a reference track or something? I don't know, but that is something that's coming up here as well. I'm not surprised that this Nine of Roots came up, especially with it coming up in reverse, because typically when I see the Nine of Roots, that is like independent woman card. And I'm not surprised it's coming up in reverse between these two ladies, because again, as I said, they are about getting the bag. We already know Young Miami allegedly is willing to do what it takes to get her money. Okay, from what I have seen of her behavior, to me, she comes off as a girl who's willing to do whatever it takes to get to her money. Tyla, I think right now she's kind of in that energy because the girl want to eat and she wants to be a superstar. I'm not surprised this is coming up in like some selfish energy here. It's coming up in the reverse. The Nine of Roots is coming up in reverse for them. And then again, with the Five of Roots, this is kind of like, hey, this is just business dealing. This is business. This is how it works. Look, notice the Ace of Axes here. This is how it works. So yeah, I don't think it's much else that's going to be that I can add to this. I think this is pretty straightforward and it's understandable why, these two may not mend the fences, or they could just be trolling all of us and work together in the future. But that's a reading for somebody else. I'm not getting into that. But let me know what you all think down in the comment section. Do you think Tyla stole this song from Young Miami? Do you think there was some sharing here? Do you think she kind of got an idea, got inspired from Young Miami's song, or do you think this is all hogwash and just like think Young Miami needs to go sit down in the corner? Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Again, if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure to follow so you can see the next time I upload, and to see more videos like this coming in the future. I thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.